in the state will use violence to suppress any dissent. And it's insane, it's pure insanity that they're doing this to allow the poisoning of water, allow the poisoning of land, to charge people with trespass on their own land. That's why I'm glad we're here in Kanehsatà, as Travis said, in Kanehsatà. Because Kanehsatà, this is our territory. Our territory is a lot bigger than where our houses are. And I'm glad that we're here and that we're all standing up to confront these black snakes that want to come through our community, come through our territory and poison our waters. We have our own issues here, also with the petroleum industry, with pipelines, with exploration, with extraction industries. And I know you're all there, these faces, I recognize so many faces here that are willing to stand up and put themselves on the line with people in Kanehsatà and elsewhere to fight for what's right. You know, I always hear people saying, we have to save the planet, save the planet. No, we have to save ourselves. The planet will go on without us. Probably better off in some regards. We have to save ourselves. We can't drink oil. Can't eat minerals. Can't eat money. This is our life. This is life. Land is life. Water is life. Kanien'kehá, like they say in Standing Rock. You know, water is life. Very important thing.
Can you present yourself first?
My name is Clifton Arihwakehte Nicholas. I'm from Kanehsatà.
And why we are here today?
Today we gathered here to show solidarity with the people in Standing Rock who are currently in a pitched battle with oil-sponsored police who are trying to pass a pipeline from the North Dakota back-in fields underneath the Missouri River, and the chances of that pipe bursting in the water or near the water are very high. And like I said, the Lakota people in Standing Rock are standing strong, and they're fighting this pipeline to come through their community and to destroy whatever water and whatever land that possibility to destroy. As of late, there's been a lot of heavy-handed tactics on the part of police, sponsored by the petroleum industry, you know, and paid for by the people's taxes, right? You know, for the profit of a pipeline. You know, and they've attacked people on numerous occasions. Just the other day, we were pepper spraying and shooting at people who were trying to cross a river to protect the sacred burial site. This is why we stand here today. We know what it is. We know what it is to go through that type of thing. We know what it is to be involved in a standoff. We know what it is when people threaten our dead. We've gone through that here in 1990, and we stand strong with people in solidarity with Standing Rock, because their fight is our fight. It's the same fight. And there's a lot of people here, not only Indigenous people who are standing here, we had non-Indigenous people standing here, as it is in Standing Rock. We stand together in solidarity and say no to those pipelines, no to the oil industry. Time has come that we have to make a stand and change things.
Concretely, you can link the struggles here and there.
Oh yeah, they're all linked. All these struggles are linked. No struggle stands alone, right? Even though there's geography, distance, and maybe language that divides people or separates them from things, it's all the same struggle at the end of the day. It's about survival of our species, survival of our people. We all have to drink, we all have to eat, and we have a responsibility to stand up for our mother. We have a responsibility to be here. We have a responsibility to fight, you know, and to do whatever we need to ensure that we can survive, our children can survive, that our Mother Earth is protected, that our Mother Earth can continue to provide for us.
How do you see the relation between Indigenous and non-Indigenous in that context?
Non-Indigenous and Indigenous, we're people at the end of the day. I think Indigenous people have a responsibility to teach. Non-Indigenous have a responsibility to listen and learn and decolonize their minds also. Clean their minds of the things that were thought, the wrongness that was taught to them over the years, over the centuries. You know, they've been poisoned for a long time. You know, like there's that one famous racist lie that Martin Luther King talked about. You know, there's a racist lie. It doesn't matter if you're poor, as long as you're not a dark person, you're a black person, as long as you're not a native, you're better than. That has to stop. That kind of thinking has to go. That we're all human beings, we all have something at stake here. But as Indigenous people, we have a lot at stake, a lot more sometimes, because we have to endure and live with the remnants of those industrial projects. And there's a lot of damage, a lot of danger involved with these things. And I'm grateful to all the non-Indigenous allies who stand up. You know, the people of color have to stand together with us also. The black African Americans, you know, the brown Mexicans, we're all the same people. And we're all been victims at one point or another of this thing called the United States, this thing called capitalism. We have to stand up and fight against it. If we don't, nobody else will.
People in the non-Indigenous context or non-Indigenous communities are always asking what they should do in relation with Indigenous struggles.
Well, they have, you know, people have to find Indigenous people and people of color and ask them what they need. And one thing I would say is never assume that you're going to stand and speak for Indigenous people. You'll stand in solidarity with, not speaking for us.